My name is Manjeet Singh and I'm a social science teacher. Today we are going to learn about the revolt of 1857. So this chapter is from grade 8. So let's start the chapter. So what is a revolt? So revolt is a sudden outburst of people's wrath. It can be violent, it can be very bloody. So this all happens when the British East India Company or the English East India Company started ruling some parts of our country. Then step by step it take over the entire country under its control, and then they started ruling in their own way. They imposed many restrictions on Indians. They started playing with our religion, with our freedom, and with every sphere of life. So once again, let's have the definition. Revolt. So a revolt is a sudden, violent and bloody outburst of people's wrath. So it was India versus English East Indian Company. So there were a large number of factors or causes for the outburst of this wrath of people. Now we have categorized all these factors into some divisions. For example, social and economic causes, political causes, military causes, and then we have an immediate cause which started this revolt. So let's study all these causes one by one.
So now let's discuss the main causes responsible for the revolt of 1857. First we will discuss the social and economic causes. So first cause was the change in the pattern of trade and commerce. So when English East India Company started trade with Indian traders, they used to buy our products, especially the products made by the Indian artisans. It benefited both export the traders and our artists. But due to the Industrial Revolution in England, there was a change in the pattern of this trade. Now they started importing the raw materials and exporting the industry made goods to India. So in this way, both the artisans and the traders of India were suffered. How they suffered? Because now the raw material was going to other country. Our artisans were not having enough raw material. Second thing was that the things made in England, it was very cheap or low in price because it was industrial made. So the bulk production makes it cheap. Okay, artisans made the goods with their hard work and labor. They were not using machines, so it was higher in price. So that's how they got angry with the British East India Company. Socio-economic cause was that the company occupied some provinces, and the land of those provinces, which was under the landlords, local landlords or nobles, it was taken away by the company. So now the local artisans and craftsmen and soldiers who were working under the nobles or the local landlords. They found themselves with no source of income since the nobles were not able to pay them. So there was a lot of discontent among the people. The next cause was the activities of the Christian missionaries. So these people were trying to spread their religion and they were criticizing the Hindu religion or the Muslim religion which was being followed by the Indians. This also made people angry. The another very important cause was the passing of new laws. Since Indian society were having many rituals and many customs which were being followed since ancient times, so people don't want to change those customs. But the British government, for the upliftment of the women and to improve their condition and social status, made new laws. For example, they banned the sati system and they passed the Widow Remarriage Act. British also introduced railways and people of all castes would now have to travel in the same compartment. So this also challenged the caste system. That's why the Hindu society, especially the upper castes, were not accepting these changes. So that's why they were against the British rule. Now let's discuss some political causes. So first political cause was Lord Dalhousie's doctrine of lapse. According to this doctrine, the rulers who don't have their own sons, their adopted sons will not be considered as the heir of their throne. ओके इसका मतलब है कि जो राजा या रूलर्स जिनके अपने लड़के नहीं थे और उन्होंने अडॉप्ट कर रखे थे, उन लड़कों को जो राजा नहीं माना जाएगा, तो उनकी जो टेरिटरीज हैं, देयर टेरिटरीज विल बी कॉन्फिस्केटेड बाय द ब्रिटिश. उनकी जो राज्य है, जहाँ टेरिटरीज हैं, उनको इंग्लिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी अपने कब्जे में ले लेगी. द टेरिटरीज विल बी annexed. Second was that the Mughals, successors of Bahadur Shah Zafar, will not be allowed to use their imperial titles. Also, they will not be able to use Red Fort as their palace. So, this also angered the Indian people. Next reason was the exposure of the myth of British invincibility. तो पहले लोगों को लगता था कि ब्रिटिश आर इनविंसिबल, कि ये तो हार ही नहीं सकते, कभी जीतते हैं बस. बट द ब्रिटिश हैड सफर्ड वेरी हैवी लॉसेस इन द फर्स्ट अफगान वॉर एंड द क्रिमियन वॉर. सो इट गिव सम कॉन्फिडेंस टू द इंडियन नेटिव रूलर्स that they can face the British, defeat them. Next was the military causes. So military causes, what were the military causes? That Indian soldiers were paid less and British soldiers were being paid more. Next, it was also a rule that the British Indian soldier will not be able to reach the higher posts. Okay, they will only reach to Subedar or Subedar Major. Okay, so officer rank was not there for the native Indians. Then we have some immediate cause. So what was the immediate cause for this revolt? It was the introduction of the Enfield rifles. So these rifles had cartridges which were rumored to be greased with animal fat. इन राइफल्स में जो कारतूस डाले जाते हैं, तो उसको पहले काटना पड़ता है दांत से, और ऐसा उन्होंने अफवाह फैली हुई थी उस समय कि उसमें जो है उसकी जो सील है कारतूस की, जिसको मुंह से खोलना होता है, वो चर्बी से बनी हुई है, गाय और सुअर, पिग. सो इट वाज अगेंस्ट द religion of Muslims and Hindu also, because cow is considered pious in Hindus and the pig is considered as very bad in Muslims, so they don't touch their meat. That's why the many Indian soldiers refuse to open these cartridges or use these rifles. So this angered the Muslim and Hindu sepoys or soldiers who were appointed by the British. Now let's have a look at the events of the revolt of 1857. So on 9th May 1857, sepoys in Meerut refused to use the Enfield rifle. They were being imprisoned by the British. On 11th May 1857, the another soldiers refused to use the rifle. They revolted and freed their imprisoned followers. Okay, towards at Meerut, there was lot of violence. The soldiers burnt the houses of the British officials and other Britishers who were living there. Then they started marching towards Delhi. Okay, about 2,32,000 soldiers took part in the violence or the revolt. Almost all the North India came under the influence of this revolt. The common people also took part in this revolt to some extent. A soldier, Mangal Pandey, from 34th Native Infantry, fired at Sergeant Major of the regiment and killed him. In Delhi, the soldiers were defeated by the British relief forces. Most of the soldiers were imprisoned and executed. The mutiny by the soldiers gave confidence to other rulers also. For example, at Kanpur, Nana Sahib, the adopted son of the last Peshwa Baji Rao, led the revolt. Led the revolt in Lucknow. Okay, then in Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai joined the rebel sepoys and fought the British along with Tatya Tope, the general of Nana Sahib. So many rulers and chieftains also supported the Mughal emperor and the Indian soldiers. Leaders and fighters from across the country joined the fight. The Indian soldiers were defeated, the Indian rulers and kings were defeated, but it led to a feeling of nationalism among the Indians. It led to the foundation of nationalism and struggle for freedom in India. Though the British East India Company won, but the British Crown or the British government was very dissatisfied with this act or event. So they decided to take the charge of India under their direct control. So from 1857, the British East India Company's rule came to an end in India and the rule of British government started in India. The British Parliament passed a new act in 1858 and transferred the powers of the East India Company to the British Crown in order to ensure a more responsible management of Indian affairs. A member of the British Cabinet was appointed Secretary of State for India and made responsible for all matters related to the governance of India. The Governor General of India was given the title of Viceroy, that is, a personal representative of the Crown. Now, there were many reasons for the failure of this revolt. For example, it was not led properly. The revolutionaries or the rebellions were not well organized, so it did not get the support of all the common people throughout the country. The powerful states, for example, Hyderabad, did not join the rebels. It did not started at the same time at all places. So these were some reasons for the failure of this revolt.